What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you're missing out on one of the greatest opportunities to build wealth? And no, I'm not talking about some overnight scheme or a lucky lottery ticket. I'm talking about something that has created more millionaires than any other investment vehicle in history, the stock market. But let's be real for a second. Why aren't you investing yet? Is it because you think it's too risky? Maybe you believe you need a ton of money to get started. Or maybe you're just waiting for the right time. But here's the brutal truth. The only perfect time was yesterday. The second best time? Right now. Every single day you wait, you're not just standing still, you're actually moving backwards. And by the time we're done here, you're going to understand exactly why. What if I told you that every day you wait, you're actually losing money? Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Finance Power with Raju. Today, we're unlocking something that could completely transform your financial future. No fluff, no excuses. Just the raw truth that most people ignore until it's too late. Why do some people build wealth effortlessly while others struggle their whole lives? The answer is right in front of you, but only if you're willing to see it. Stick with me till the end, because after this, you'll either be taking action or regretting that you didn't start sooner. This is our video, and trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay, let's start now. Let me tell you a story. Jason and Mark were best friends, grew up in the same town, went to the same school, got their first jobs around the same time. Both of them worked hard, saved what they could, and dreamed of one day being financially free. But there was one big difference between them. Mark had an uncle, a guy who had been investing in the stock market for decades. One day, his uncle sat him down and said, "Listen, you don't have to be rich to invest, but you have to invest to be rich. The earlier you start, the better." Mark was curious, so he did some research and opened a brokerage account. He started small, just $50 a month into an index fund. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy, just consistency. Jason, on the other hand, he wasn't so sure. "Man, I don't know. What if I lose money? I think I need to learn more first. Maybe I'll start when I have more savings." Sound familiar? He kept putting it off, convincing himself that one day, when the timing was right, he'd jump in. Fast forward 5 years. One day, Mark and Jason were grabbing lunch when Mark casually mentioned how much his investments had grown. Jason nearly dropped his fork. "Wait! You're telling me that in just 5 years, with small investments, you've already made thousands of dollars?" Mark smiled. "Yeah, and the crazy part? I didn't do anything special. I just stayed consistent." Jason felt a pit in his stomach. He had spent those same 5 years working hard, saving money in his bank account, and yet he had nothing close to what Mark had built. He realized that while he had been waiting for the right time, Mark had been letting time work for him. That moment changed everything for Jason. He rushed home, opened a brokerage account, and made his first investment. But here's the part that stings. When Jason checked how much money he would have had if he had started 5 years earlier, he felt sick. The difference was massive. He realized that waiting had cost him more than making a mistake ever could. So let me ask you, are you going to be Jason before that lunch? Or are you going to be Mark? Because here's the thing. When you hear the word risk, what comes to mind? Losing money? Making a mistake? But have you ever stopped to think about what's actually riskier? Putting your money into the stock market, which has historically grown by about 10% per year, or keeping your money in a bank account where inflation eats away at it every single day. The truth is, not investing is the real risk. The stock market has crashed multiple times in history. The Great Depression, the 2008 financial crisis, the 2020 pandemic crash. And yet, every single time the market not only recovered, it came back stronger. The people who lose money, they panic and sell. The people who make money, they stay in the game. So tell me, are you thinking like the wealthy? or like the people who stay. Now, let's talk about real-life success tips that have made people wealthy. Warren Buffett started investing when he was just 11 years old. Not because he was rich, but because he understood that time in the market beats timing the market. Elon Musk reinvested almost all his PayPal money into Tesla and SpaceX, because he knew wealth isn't built by playing it safe. Even everyday people, teachers, janitors, ordinary employees, have become millionaires simply by investing small amounts consistently over decades. There's a janitor named Ronald Reed who quietly built an $8 million fortune just by buying and holding stocks long-term. No crazy strategies, no risky bets, just patience and discipline. So what's your excuse? Are you going to wait until you know everything? Because the truth is, even the best investors don't know everything. The key is to start. Even if it's just $20 a month, that habit alone puts you ahead of 99% of people who never take action. And here's something no one talks about. Most people spend years chasing high-paying jobs, side hustles, and business ideas, but ignore the one thing that has consistently created wealth for generations. Imagine if you worked your entire life, saved money, but never put it to work. That's exactly what millions of people are doing right now. They're running on a treadmill, working, saving, but never getting anywhere. Investing is what takes you off that treadmill and puts you on an escalator to wealth. But only if you take the first step. Let's get brutally honest. Do you want to keep watching other people succeed while you sit on the sidelines? Do you want to wake up 5 years from now wishing you had started today? Because the harsh reality is, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. And I get it, you might feel overwhelmed, you might feel like you don't know enough. But guess what? Every successful investor started exactly where you are now. The difference is, they started. The biggest wealth-building secret is right in front of you. Time. Time is either your greatest asset or your biggest regret. The choice is yours. What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you're losing money? And no, I don't mean you're spending it. I mean you're watching opportunities slip through your fingers. Every second you wait, every excuse you make, someone else is out there making moves, investing, building wealth. And you're still thinking about it. Let's be real. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start when I have more money? Or, I need to learn more first? Sounds reasonable, right? But here's the truth. Waiting is costing you more than starting ever could. Every year, inflation eats away at your savings, making your money worth less and less. Every month you don't invest, you're missing out on compounding growth. And before you know it, years have passed, and you're stuck in the same place, wishing you had started sooner. You ever wonder why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly while others struggle their whole lives? It's not luck. It's not just hard work. It's because they understand one thing. Money doesn't grow in a savings account. It grows when you put it to work. The people who take action today will be the ones living life on their terms tomorrow. So ask yourself, are you going to keep watching from the sidelines, waiting for the perfect moment? Or are you finally going to take control? Because 10 years from now, you'll look back at this moment, and the only question you'll have is, why didn't I start sooner? Now that you know this, what's your next move? You have two choices. One, you walk away from this video and keep waiting, keep overthinking, keep making excuses. Or two, you take action. You open a brokerage account, you invest in an index fund, you start today, even if it's just $20. Because the difference between a millionaire and someone who struggles financially isn't intelligence. It's action. So what are you going to do? If this helped you even a little, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And trust me, the next video, you won't want to miss it.